Hi, I'm Chad Huebener.
And I'm Sara Huebener with Edina Realty, and today we are sitting here with Loan Officer Shane Hofmann with Edina Realty Mortgage, and we are going to be talking about the first-time home buyer. Even if you are not looking at buying your first home, it is important to know that first-time home buyers are essential to market stability. Back in 2008, 9, 2010, when the market was at its lowest point and there were very few buyers, the market needed to encourage first-time home buyers to enter the market to spurn future activity on other transactions. It is the starting point of the wheel of the real estate market. Today, we have heard some buyers express some concerns about the affordability of buying their first home because values have risen and the interest rates have changed. And so that is kind of the starting point that when a buyer is looking for a home, that's what they're looking at, and they have we've heard some sentiments from buyers that that's a concern. So today we're going to be talking with Shane on some of the programs and options that lenders have been working on to make the purchase of your first home more affordable.
Awesome. Yeah. So, basically, I think it's important for buyers to understand that there's not just one rate for everybody, right? So, there are options. So we, over the last probably 6, 8, 10 months even, almost every time we're quoting rates, we're quoting some sort of discount point attached to that, meaning some sort of buy down to get that rate down a little bit. So we do that in a couple different ways. We can do one, either what's called a permanent buy down, which just means permanently your rate is going to be at a lower price, right? So there's some cost to that up front for the buyer, or potentially could be something that's paid by the seller, for example. But we want to get that rate down for them, to your point, to make that more affordable for them, okay? But there's also like a 2-1 buy down, which just means it's, for the first year of the loan, the rate is 2 points less, right, than the market rate. The second year of the loan is 1 point less than the market rate, and then it's going to be at market rate going forward for the next however many years, right? That one has to be paid by the seller, okay? So there's a couple different, options as far as a buy down goes, but the whole point is to obviously make that more affordable, get that rate down to maybe something that's more manageable for them. So, yeah.
So essentially, the loan is like a program or like a product. Yeah. So it's not the same for every borrower. It's targeted for each unique borrower.
For sure.
For whatever suits their financial situation best.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then we want to talk about
other programs too.
So another program we've actually I love because they've made some significant improvements to it is the Scott County grant. So you have to buy in Scott County. That's number one, I guess, would be have to buy in Scott County. But there's an $8,000 grant available. And when I say grant, that means it doesn't have to be paid back, which is different than a lot of other kind of programs that are out there. So with that one, you have to be a first-time buyer, like we were saying. So you have to be a first-time buyer. You have to meet some income limits. As a 1 to 2 household family, it's $117,000 as a household. So that's a pretty good sized income, right? They can only put 5% down. And the max purchase price is $372,600. I don't know why they always add this something at the end, right? Not to make it not easy, but exactly. But that's kind of your price point almost for kind of your first time buyer anyway. So, and then you have to do some counseling with it. And so Scott County really wants educated buyers, right? People that really know the market, what's happening, et cetera, et cetera. So you do have to sit with one of their HUD certified counselors at least 60 days prior to you writing a purchase agreement. So that is something like if you're thinking about the spring market, it's something you can do right now, right? Sit with somebody, and then also you're just going to feel better about the process too, right? You've actually sat with somebody outside, a third party, not us, but somebody that's associated with HUD, and they can get you educated, and then you have a certificate that you're just kind of like, you've done your part to get this money, and as long as you meet those income limits and everything else like that, you meet the criteria, you can have $8,000. So,
and I think it makes the first-time home buyer more comfortable too, and understanding the house a little bit in the process. Kind of warms you up to it.
Oh, no kidding, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And then another concern is, say a buyer's in the market. It doesn't even have to be a first-time buyer, but a lot of time it is. The rates are at a point right now, and they're wondering, hey, well, what if the rates go down in the future?
Sure. Yeah.
What are our options? How do we alleviate some of those concerns for a buyer?
It's kind of a lame saying, I will be honest with that, but it says, marry the house, date the rate. And what that just means is just like we want you to fall in love with the house. We can change your rate, your program down the road with a refinance. Okay, so once you're in the house for 6 months, at any time after that, you can refinance. Okay, and we have a little promotion going right now. If you buy through June 30th of this year, we're going to waive our origination fee all the way through 2025. So anytime during that time frame, if you want to refi, we'll waive that cost to you. Okay, so it's our way of just kind of helping out if rates do go down, right? Because that's it's cost again, as far as the refi goes. But if the rate drops a full point from where you're at right now, of course it's going to be worth it for you. Right. So just know that it's just because yes, you're getting a 30-year loan, that doesn't mean you have to keep that loan forever. Yeah. Right? You can do something different with that down the road, and that's a big key for people, I think. So
there really are a number of options available, hopefully things that make first-time home buyers feel more comfortable. Hopefully this has been an informative video, and if we can answer any questions for you, reach out to us or to Shane Hofmann at Edina Realty Mortgage anytime. Thanks for watching our video and have a great day.